40 năm không phải là một thời gian quá dài, nhưng cũng đủ để ghi dấu hình hài của một dân tộc, một cộng đồng đầy kiêu hãnh về lòng yêu nước sắc son, không bao giờ phai nhạt. Nói đến đây, có lẽ mỗi người Việt Nam đều thấy dáng dấp mình trong chặng đường dài, bắt đầu cuộc sống mới tại Úc Châu. Nhân kỷ niệm 40 năm người Việt định cư tại Úc, cộng đồng người Việt tại Melbourne, Victoria đã tổ chức chương trình đặc biệt nhằm đánh dấu một giai đoạn hình thành và phát triển của người Việt tại đây. Chương trình diễn ra tại 400 Flinders Street, Melbourne, Victoria.
Bóng vinh quang lắm sâu trong huyết lạnh, hay vùi đau thầm lặng giữa.
Mở đầu là phần chào cờ Úc Việt và phút mặc niệm trang nghiêm. Các khách mời có mặt trong chương trình cũng gửi những lời chúc mừng đến cộng đồng người Việt tại Úc nói chung và tại tiểu bang Victoria nói riêng về những thành tựu đa phương diện mà người Việt đã đóng góp, dựng xây.
Henry Lawson and stories of settlement in the bush. And that's a really important part of the identity, and it's got much to tell to this day. But Australian identity is something much more than that now. And an exhibition like this, which recognises the settlement of the Vietnamese community, gives life to the diversity and an understanding of our identity, which is inclusive and celebrates the sacrifice, contribution. I mean, we really have to understand the terrible circumstances in which the Vietnamese Australians came to this country. The bravery and valour and dedication, hard work, commitment to family, education, and service to the community, which has allowed that community to thrive and participate so strongly.
Don't know where to go, and I think the Vietnamese community, in the way that they celebrate their legacy, their history, their ancestry, the contributions of the subsequent generations, as well as the wonderful elements of Australian culture and way of life that has enabled them, like me, like so many other migrants, to build a new life. And I think the Vietnamese community, through Viv Nguyen and Bon, have provided an outstanding model of how those sometimes competing interests can actually be blended so effectively. So could I ask you to put your hands together for Viv and Bon, who I think
Since first arriving in 1975, few people have made such unique contributions to the growth and success of our nation as then Australia's Vietnamese community. Overcoming great hardships, Vietnamese Australians have served as exemplars of dedication and inspiration not only to their fellow citizens, but also to future generations of immigrants who came here seeking the same opportunities that they have helped secure. Vietnamese culture, customs, cuisines are now synonymous with our way of life, serving as a living symbol of the many gifts that Vietnamese Australians have brought to our society. Today there are well over 200,000 Australians of Vietnamese descent. Their proud heritage, with its enduring values of faith, family and commitment, represent a great treasure which sustains our society and fortifies our nation's character. On this occasion, let us therefore celebrate not only a special milestone, but also the extraordinary contributions that Vietnamese Australians have made to Australia's wonderfully vibrant multiculturalism. So thank you for being here today. I congratulate not only the organisers of this event, the Vietnamese community in Australia, but all Australian Vietnamese who have made this very difficult journey, very difficult personal journey that has resulted in an enormous enrichment.
Our museums reflect the world we live in, give us insight into the past, and create a space for us to imagine and create better futures. This exhibition gives us an opportunity to reflect on a significant time in Australia's history and how the Vietnamese community today is thriving and an integral part of our community. I also hope that this exhibition enables us to think differently about refugees and asylum seekers and change attitudes and perceptions about so many people who risk their lives for freedom, hope and a better life. Once again, thank you, Bon, Viv, True, and to everyone. You've shared your stories, your photographs, you've created films, you've edited, you've designed, you've produced this exhibition. If not for you and so many people from the community, this exhibition wouldn't have happened and this opening wouldn't have happened. So thank you very much. I also want to say that we want you to continue to write the next chapter of your stories. And we're going to collaborate with you in the next 10 years to mark the 50th anniversary in 2025. Bon and Vic have already told me that it's the next generation that's got to start doing the work. Museums take a long time to create exhibitions, so we want a big exhibition in 2025, and we want all the young people, second, third generation, to come together to start talking to us to create this exhibition. So, you know, start talking to us soon.
Câu chuyện kế tiếp mà chúng ta sẽ được nghe sẽ đến từ bà Bé Hà và bà Albert Lê. Chắc chắn chúng ta biết bà Bé Hà là một nhân vật rất quen thuộc trong cộng đồng, nhưng chưa chắc chúng ta biết câu chuyện vượt biên của bà và những khó khăn bà đã phải trải qua khi quyết định bỏ nước ra đi để con cái của bà sau này cũng như giới trẻ Việt Nam của chúng ta sau này có một tương lai vững mạnh hơn. Chút xíu nữa bà sẽ chia sẻ với chúng ta. Và người thứ hai đó là em Albert. Albert sinh ra và lớn lên ở Úc, là người được thừa hưởng những cố gắng, sự quyết tâm cũng như là những quyết định đau thương mà bố mẹ em cũng như là những người đi trước.
Có thể nói, trong suốt chương trình, người tham dự đã không thể kìm nén sự xúc động khi nghe câu chuyện của bé Hà trên chặng đường vượt biên, vượt biển tìm tự do.
A journey that started with a mass exodus from Vietnam in 1975. After the fall of Saigon, we usually call the Black April. As you know, the Vietnamese people escaped the communist government in Vietnam for freedom, basic human rights, and a better life. Nobody wants to leave their country. Nobody wants to leave behind all the loved ones and everything. But for freedom, we have to go. And I know for sure, if my children still in Vietnam, they are not allowed to go to university at all, because my husband was a soldier in the old regime. We have to reach there to find life. In the end of 1979, in a fishing tiny, only 12 meters boat, we are together, 157 all together, men, women, children. We have to escape. We're just like a sardines in a boat. We are not very lucky. We've been robbed by Thai pirates twice. In one pirate attack, they attacked us, including women. We were forced to fight for the knife wielding Thais using any available weapons. 3 of us and 3 Thais were killed, while the other 4 pirates escaped the leaping into the sea, clutching livelihoods. One of the Vietnamese men, when they were fighting with the Thai pirate, been killed, and he still lie down on the boat. We say we keep him until we can reach the land, and we will bury him and tell his wife in Vietnam. Days by days, 22 days from the sea. Can you imagine 20 days? No food, no water at all. And I lie down from the boat next to a very old man. Night time, very, very cold. And daytime, too hot. Every morning when I wake up, I talk to him. But one day, I say hello, he didn't answer me. Starving, he passed away. So I witnessed second time. A few days later, another man, he passed away too. So together, we have 157 people on the boat. Four has been killed by Thai pilot, and 3 passed away from starving. But luckily, on the Antalina, the British cargo, there was a wife of a doctor. I don't know why she can go with them. In the morning, when she wake up, she do the exercise, and she saw us with the SOS. And he talked to her husband, talked to the captain, and the captain's lawn decided to rescue us. The captain's lawn and his crew will never forget. We've been rescued by them, and they took us to Darwin. We were in the quarantine station in Darwin for 1 month. We first spent the first Christmas in Australia. We never forget.
Đại diện cho thế hệ trẻ người Việt tại Úc, Albert Lee đã có đôi lời phát biểu, đồng thời cảm ơn sự cưu mang của nước Úc nhân hòa, giàu lòng nhân ái.
A responsibility to help others in times of need. A responsibility to give everyone a fair go. And a responsibility to ourselves that we shall not yield our beliefs and convictions for the temptation of self-gain at the expense of others. Abraham Lincoln once said, "You cannot escape the responsibility of tomorrow by evading it today." Ladies and gentlemen, this all starts today, and it should start from within. We must not be afraid to thrust ourselves into the fires of struggle and hardship. In doing so, we can steel ourselves and learn to do what is right and not just what is convenient. The future holds many uncertainties. There will be a time when the hour that tests our characters is before us. And if we want to be remembered as the generation that stood valiantly in the face of adversity, then we must arm ourselves with the sword of knowledge and the shield of wisdom. It is imperative that we continue to engage in the political arena, the sciences, the arts, and the business world alike. But perhaps more importantly, we need to have a voice on the important issues like the refugee crisis and human rights around the globe.
Tiết mục văn nghệ do Kay Riona Nguyễn Robinson, người mang 2 dòng máu Việt Nam và Ái Nhĩ Lan biểu diễn, cũng đã để lại ấn tượng sâu sắc trong lòng người xem.
The
Thời gian lấy đi của chúng ta nhiều thứ, nhưng cũng lưu giữ lại những giá trị nhân bản sâu sắc mà minh chứng rõ ràng là sự phát triển vững mạnh của cộng đồng người Việt nơi đây. Ước mong rằng thời gian và sự vững bền của cộng đồng sẽ luôn song hành trong những bước đường tươi sáng ở tương lai.
I'm searching